I haven't slept in 4 days. Not because I'm not tired, I am. But every time I close my eyes, he's there. He stands in red mist, tall, silent, like he's been waiting. No face, no name, just eyes I can't see, but feel. Every night, he gets closer. At school, no one sees me. At home, no one listens. I could vanish tomorrow and no one would notice. But he sees me. In my dreams, he watches. In my waking hours, he lingers. I found a photo on my phone of my bed and him standing at the foot of it. I didn't take that picture. Yesterday, I saw him in a mirror, just for a second. He smiled, and now I know. He's not a dream. He's real. And I think I invited him in. But the worst part is, I don't remember how. The dreams don't wait until night anymore. They slip into my day like water under a locked door. A whisper when no one's around. A flicker of red silk in the corner of my eye. My name, spoken in a voice I shouldn't know, but do. Clara. I try to ignore it. Pretend I'm still normal, still here. But my body knows better. I wake up with bruises. My ears ring with words in languages I've never learned. My lips move when I'm asleep. I asked Jamie, my only friend, if I looked different lately. She said yes, like you've been touched by something. I laughed. I wish I hadn't. That night, Jamie didn't return my texts. In the dream, he waited for me, the man in red. He sat on the edge of a bed made of ash. You asked for me, he said, brushing my hair back. You begged. And now I'm here. I didn't remember begging, but my body did. I fell to my knees. My hands burned with symbols golden, alive, sinking under my skin like fire. What do you want from me? I whispered. To show you what you are, he said. I woke up gasping, my mouth full of dirt, my pillow gone. The next morning, I found a page in my notebook. Not in my handwriting, not English, but I could read it. In an, you are being prepared. Prepared for what? I don't know, but I'm not scared anymore. That's what scares me the most. I wasn't looking for anything that night. I just couldn't sleep again. So I walked, past my father's closed door, past the cold kitchen tiles. My feet stopped at the attic. I didn't plan it, but the door was open. It had never been open before, when the air inside was wrong. Dust floated like it had memory. The floor creaked like something had just walked across it. And in the far corner, a candle. Not lit, not new, but familiar. My heart dropped because I'd never seen it before. And I knew exactly what it was, and I picked it up. The moment my fingers touched the wax, something inside me whispered, "Welcome back," and me fell to my knees. The attic spun. I saw myself weeks ago in this very spot, crying, bleeding, whispering names I shouldn't have known. The flame lit itself, even, "Please, don't let me die alone," I heard myself say, and then the room answered, when the man in red stepped from the corner of the attic. In the vision, I didn't scream, I smiled. Even he snapped back to the present. The candle in my hands, cold, but I couldn't breathe. I had made a deal and forgotten. And you gave permission, a voice said behind me. I turned, nothing there, but the attic light flickered. In why ran, in why didn't sleep that night. In the morning, I found a folded note on my pillow, not in my handwriting. No, the door is open now. No, welcome back, keeper. Then suddenly, I didn't feel like a girl anymore. I felt like a mistake, walking on two legs. And but somewhere inside, beneath the panic, beneath the fog, to a small voice whispered, "In, you're starting to remember." I thought the worst part was not knowing. But now I remember. And knowing is worse. Because I see it now that night. The bathroom. The blood. My own voice begging to no one. Please don't let me die alone. I wasn't crying for help. I was calling something in. In the candle lit itself. My mouth opened, but the words weren't mine. Ancient, velvet, sharp, names I've never spoken. But I said them. When the room darkened, the mirror cracked, and then he stepped out. Sem the man in red. And I didn't scream. I didn't run. In me smiled. And now I can't sleep. Not because of fear, but because if I do, he might come closer. And the closer he gets, the more I forget myself. This isn't haunting. It's rewriting. When he tried to tell Jamie, I go to her house. Her mother answers, "And when?" "Who?" she says. "I don't know any Jamie, but I was just here. I've been here. We've been friends for years." When she looks at me like I'm sick, like I never existed, I run. At home, I dig through photos. Every picture with Jamie, her face is smudged, replaced by me. And there's a note on the back of one. You only need one. My wake up with scratches on my chest. I hear footsteps when I'm alone. My shadow moves when I don't end. And every time I close my eyes, he whispers, "Anan, you invited me. You fed me. And now you belong to me." But something inside me pushes back. Because I'm starting to remember everything. And maybe, if I remembered enough, I could undo what I started. Wouldn't or die trying. He doesn't chase me in dreams anymore. He waits for me. Sits on stone steps or beds of ash or thrones of fog. And when I arrive, he smiles. He brushes my hair back, touches my cheek, whispers my name like it's a prayer. Clara. And it sounds right. I should be afraid, but I'm not. Because no one else ever looked at me the way he does. Not with hunger, with devotion. Like I'm the altar, the offering, the God. I wake up with his scent in my hair. The mirror shows me softer, paler, glowing even. But when I speak, sometimes it's not my voice that answers. "You're not alone anymore," he says. "You'll never be alone again." And part of me believes him. Part of me wants to. But I lose hours now. I blink and it's night time. I forget conversations. I see my hands writing words I can't read. My eyes in the mirror, too still, like they're watching me back. I went to the woods, to scream, to ask the air if I'm still mine. and the air answered, not with wind, with silence, until he stepped from the trees, dressed in red, silent, hands open. You don't belong to them anymore, he said. You belong to us. I asked him, what am I becoming? He said nothing, but his smile told the truth. Something beautiful, something ruinous. I stood there a long time, not running, not screaming, just watching him, and for the first time, I smiled back. I woke up, and she was gone. No goodbye, no message, just gone. Clara, my best friend since orientation. The only one who used to say my name like it meant something. I waited outside the gates that morning. She never came. I called. Voicemail. I messaged. Nothing. At school, no one noticed. Who? They asked. Clara who? I thought it was a joke, but their faces were blank, empty. They meant it. I went to our shared locker. It had one name, mine. All the photos were of just me. Even the group picture, the one I swear we took together, it only showed me, standing beside no one. I ran home and ripped open old yearbooks, birthday cards, everything. Pages where she should be were smudged, erased. On one page, someone had written in faint red ink, "You only need one." That night, I saw her in a dream, standing in a hallway that never ended, dressed in white, mouth open like she was screaming, but no sound came out. Behind her stood him, one hand on her shoulder, the other pointing at me. I screamed her name. She turned, and her face blurred into mine. I woke up gasping, my pillow soaked, and for a moment, I couldn't remember my own name. He's not just haunting me, he's replacing the world around me, piece by piece. And I don't know how many people will vanish before I do. Something is wrong with the sky. I was brushing my teeth when I saw it, reflected in the mirror. The moon, full and cracked like glass. A long black fracture from top to bottom, glowing from within. I ran outside, barefoot, heart thudding, but no one else saw it. They looked up and laughed. The sky's fine, they said, but I swear I heard it groan, like it was holding something back. That night, everything changed. I kept waking up in the wrong places. Once on the kitchen floor, once in the neighbor's yard, once inside the attic with no memory of climbing the ladder. Every time I opened my eyes, I saw more cracks in the world. The clock hands would spin backward. Mirrors would fog even when I wasn't breathing. My shadow started blinking. And then I saw her, me, standing in the middle of the road, staring at me. Same clothes, same scars, same smile, but hollow, like someone wearing my face. She tilted her head, raised her hand, and whispered, "You're almost ready." I don't know what that means, but I know it's coming. The moon is bleeding light now, red light. It spills into my room, soaks my sheets, paints my skin. I used to wonder if I was cursed, but I don't think this is a curse. I think it's a reversal. Something ancient is waking up in me. And when it does, I don't know what will be left of the world I knew, or the girl I used to be. I didn't fall asleep. I was pulled under. The moment I blinked, I was somewhere else. Not a dream, not real. A place between the veil. It stretched in every direction, a horizon made of mist, symbols, and shadow. Soft whispers hummed in the air, not menacing, just ancient. And I understood something. Instantly. I had been here before. I stepped forward. The ground responded. Symbols rose beneath my feet. Gold, burning, alive. Every step I took made the air crackle like it knew me. Then I saw it. The altar at the center. Stone and ash. My name carved into it. Clara. Beneath it. Last of the keepers. I didn't know what that meant, but I felt it in my bones. I placed my hand on the altar. The veil breathed. Wind roared. Symbols surged up my arms. My eyes burned. I saw visions, not of him, of me. Other versions, other lives. Me as a child in the woods, lighting a candle I'd never owned. Me in another time, another body, whispering words to close a rift. I was always her, always the one who watched the threshold. Then I saw him, the man in red. He wasn't smiling this time. It's too late, he said. You remember now, but remembering doesn't stop coming. I stood taller. The power didn't feel foreign anymore. I raised my hand and the veil rippled. I don't need to stop it, I said. I need to be ready for it. He stepped back into the shadows, vanishing like smoke. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in my room. I was standing in the attic, barefoot, alone. The candle was lit. The symbols were glowing. And the words on the floor ones I had never written said, "She has awakened." And for the first time since this started, I wasn't afraid. I was becoming. The night I awakened, I didn't sleep. I was taken. The air shimmered like heat above a flame, and the world peeled away. Suddenly, I was standing in a place that didn't have ground, didn't have sky, just darkness and echo. A world behind the veil. The dream world. But it wasn't a dream. It was his kingdom. And now that I remembered, he knew I was a threat. He appeared from the shadows. No grand entrance. No scream. Just presence. The man in red, his silk dragged behind him, wet with something that wasn't water. His eyes were still faceless, but they burned. You shouldn't have remembered, he said. You shouldn't have awakened. I stepped forward. Not with courage, with truth. You fed on my silence, I told him. But I'm not silent anymore. He roared not from rage, but from need. His arms opened. The world collapsed around us. Skies shattered. Winds reversed. Ground folded like paper. The dream tried to break me, to erase me. But I held on to one thing. My name, Clara. 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 I whispered it over and over, and the world screamed back. The symbols rose from my skin like light. They wrapped around my heart, burned down my spine. I wasn't just a keeper. I was a mirror. And he couldn't stand to see himself in me. So he lunged. But I didn't run. I opened my arms and I let the truth hit him like fire. I don't remember what happened next, only the silence. A silence so deep it felt like a tomb. And then I woke up in my bed, the candle gone, the mirror clean, but my skin still glowing. I touched my chest. The symbols were gone, but I knew they weren't erased. They were inside now, and so was he. Not to haunt me, to remind me. The war wasn't over, but I had won the first battle. The morning after the battle, I woke up to birdsong, not screams, not fire, not whispers crawling through my bones, just birds and wind and light. The kind of light that doesn't feel like a spotlight, just warmth. I sat up slowly. The weight in my chest was still there, but different now. Heavy, yes, but solid. Like armor. I looked in the mirror, and my reflection didn't flinch. She waited. Not too early, not too late, just me. And for the first time in months, my name felt like it belonged to me. Clara. No echo, no other voice behind it. Just mine. I went outside. The grass was wet. The world smelled clean. I saw people. They saw me. My desk was back in class. My name was on the roster. Someone passed me a note, and I smiled. At night, I still feel it. The pull, the hum, the veil. But it doesn't scream anymore. It waits, like a sea behind a locked door. And I hold the key. I still dream of him, the man in red. But it's different now. He stands at the edge of a shore I'll never cross again. He watches. He never speaks. And I watch back, not in fear, in understanding. He was what I called, what I created. A shape to hold my ache, a shadow to answer my cry. But I don't need him anymore. I have me, and I don't disappear. Not anymore. The academy feels different now, quieter, like the air remembers what I did, what I am. But I don't walk its halls the same way. I don't flinch at shadows. I don't whisper in fear. I listen, because the silence isn't empty anymore. It's watching. Sometimes I feel it in the attic. The hum beneath the boards, the echo in the dust, but the candle doesn't light itself anymore. I lit it once, and I blew it out. People pass me now and nod, like they don't know me, but they see me. I smile back, because I know secrets live better when they sleep. The mark on my hand is gone, but I still feel it. When I touch the window, when I sleep, when I breathe too close to midnight, sometimes I dream he's there, not hunting, not smiling, just present, at the edge of something, watching. He doesn't scare me. He doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. He knows what I am now. So do I. I am the keeper. That doesn't mean I'm a warrior, or a witch, or a god. It means I remember, and I choose. I choose to stay awake, to hold the line, to keep the veil closed, even when it whispers my name. because I know what it means to fall, and I know how to rise.